So Micah Slendy, how long have you been racing sprint cars for?
6 years now.
Wow, how old are you now?
26.
Okay. So why did you start racing sprint cars? Where'd that all come from?
I started racing go-karts when I was 8 years old, where my number come from, and I raced quads for quite a few years after that.
Quads?
Yep, out there at Saddleback and Renner.
Yep.
And then got into the sprint cars when Jackson was the only one around, because this place was closed and so was Hartford. So
Yep.
for my first year we traveled quite a bit and did that, and then it was really nice when the two tracks around here opened back up and
Yeah.
we could race here. But the thing that really got me into racing was my dad's dad raced here,
Right.
and then my dad raced here as well, and we've just grown up around it, and we were here every Sunday as a kid growing up.
I thought there had to be a family connection in there somewhere. So you're third generation.
Yes.
Wow, what did your granddad race? Were they super modifieds back then, or?
Yeah, the old, very old school
Yeah.
cars. I don't even know what you would call them back then.
And this is a real, just your own deal, right? You just work your butt off during the day. You work at a panel shop or something. What do you do?
Yep. So I work up at I-State Truck Centers. I rebuild wreck semis, work full-time there, and then go home on the weekdays and work full-time on a race car to go have some fun on the weekends.
So is it worth it?
It's worth every minute of it. The adrenaline rush is worse than drugs, I think some say. You just can't get away from it.
There's a lot of work.
Definitely a lot of work, and me and little Kayden Clark travel around. It's just us two, and we do pretty good for what we got going, and a little small family-owned team, and
Yeah.
we definitely work our butts off to get to where we can go.
You guys have got third generation that you share, really, because obviously, you know, with Kayden's granddad being a legendary flag waver, and now his dad doing that, and Kayden being a ex-motocrosser, you know,
Yeah.
factory motocross, you know. But his passion, obviously, because, you know, obviously Justin raced sprint cars, so he's got a passion for it too.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely helps when you got someone who wants to be there and work on the car and has some knowledge of what's going on. It definitely helps a lot. And with two of us, it makes it a little simpler. It's a lot more work, but it's a little simplified, I guess you could say. And
Yeah.
just definitely don't miss as much when you got a whole crew and stuff. And the two of us handle it pretty well.
What sponsors have you got on board that help you, Micah?
So I got Genesis Auto Works, which is a family friend, and all the sponsors on my car are family friends, and the Sioux Falls Paintless Dent Repair, and then the Pierce Smith Midwest, and BS Automotive, Clark's Custom Coatings, Superior Detail, A1 Framing, and then my grandma helps me out a little
Aw,
bit.
does she?
So,
That's what's Grandma's name?
Marlene.
Oh, good on you, Grandma Marlene, supporting sprint car racing. Love that. And there's always room for more, right? I see there's some white panels and stuff. I'm sure you'd love to have some local support as well.
Yeah, definitely, especially with next year we're looking at stepping up to the 410 games so we can race here weekly competitively. We ran our 360 here with them, and we had a pretty good year. We made the A a couple times and missed the A by one spot one night. And
Damn.
for a 360, it's pretty good to hang with them guys around here. It's nothing to hang our head on when we're a couple hundred horsepower underneath of what they're running.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the best part about wheeling one of these things? Like, is there a point where you go, oh yeah, this is why I love it?
The adrenaline rush of pushing the gas, and when you slide into the corner and that right rear grabs the cushion and it just goes.
What's the toughest part about this whole deal? Is it the crew chief part of it? Because obviously you're doing that yourself as well.
Yep. Yeah, so I do all the setup and stuff, and Kayden does tires and stuff like that. And yeah, I'd say it can really humble a person when you miss a setup. You know, it's a struggle when you're still learning pretty much. I mean, everybody's learning every time they hit the track. It's not something that I do full-time like the Outlaws, where they do it for a living. They're obviously a little better on their game, and it helps when you can get more shows in. But yeah, it's definitely a struggle to try and, when we travel around to all these different tracks, to get gearing right and get setups right, and trying to find forward bite, and with the different types of dirt and stuff that are on these tracks. And it just takes a lot to get yourself to where you need to be competitive and run up front with a lot of these guys.
But that's the plan, right?
Yeah, that is the plan. It'd be cool to get a 410 win here next year if we could, or even run top 5 with some of those guys.
We'll talk again in a year's time right here. Make me that commitment, all right? That when we talk here in a year's time, you're going to have one of those goals under your belt, okay?
I sure hope we do. It'd be cool to see it happen.
Absolutely. Get the fro up on the wing with you, old Cato up there with you as well, right up in the flag stand just down there. And it's always good to see you, mate. I appreciate catching up with you, and good luck next year.
Thank you. I appreciate the time that you spent with me here tonight.